Headlines. UN calls for protection of journalists and media workers across the world. President Buhari promises safe return of kidnapped Kaduna train attack victims. 50 passengers rescued as fire guts tires of an aircraft operated by Dhana Airlines Limited in Port Harcourt. And on the foreign scene, Mali's ruling military breaks defense accords with former colonial ruler France. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Dashan Hussaina Usman. Now the news in detail. The United Nations has called on various governments to respect the rights and protect journalists and media workers in their respective countries. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres made the call in his message to commemorate this year's World Press Freedom Day, tagged Journalism Under Digital Siege. He stressed the need to shine a spotlight on the essential work of journalists and other media workers who seek transparency and accountability from those in power, often at great personal risk. The UN chief said throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, many media workers have been on the front lines, providing accurate science-based reporting to inform decision makers and save lives. At the same time, journalists who cover climate, biodiversity and pollution have succeeded in bringing global attention to this triple planetary crisis. According to the UN scribe, media workers in war zones are threatened not only by bombs and bullets, but by the weapons of falsification and disinformation that accompany modern warfare. He worried that such persons could be attacked as the enemy, accused of espionage, detained or killed simply for doing their jobs. President Muhammadu Buhari says no efforts will be spared to ensure safe return of all those being held by bandits. The president has also directed security agencies and the Nigerian Railway Corporation to set up a situation room that will provide more regular and detailed information to families. The president spoke on Monday when he received a delegation of residents from the Federal Capital Territory who were at State House Abuja to pay him Salah homage. Kehinde Amodu reports.
The last time President Buhari hosted this kind of a gathering was on the 4th of June 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic. But even as the Muslim faithful celebrate Eid al-Fitr, a heavy burden lies on government's shoulders. This is why the president is giving specific orders.
I have directed security agencies to ensure quick and safe recovery of all victims of kidnapping. I urge the railway management to immediately set up a situational room for the coordination of the rescue mission and for a minute-by-minute engagement with the families of the captives.
President Buhari is also giving assurances that bandits will not grow into another menace like the Boko Haram threat.
Defeating the terrorists and bandits require more than weapons. We also need human intelligence, which is necessary to frustrate terrorist plans.
Vice President Emir of Kano and Minister of the FCT, Mohammed Bello, are both at the head of this delegation, thanking the president for hosting these delegates who have come to pay him Salah homage.
Every generation of leaders is confronted with its own problems. There is no generation of leaders, there is no leader that will not be confronted with his own or her own problems. Our government has been confronted with problems, but it's in the very nature of God to provide everything that is required by leadership to surmount the challenges that it faces. God will not give us any challenge that is beyond us.
For every issue reported in the newspapers, I assure you that 10 have been thwarted, 10 have been resolved, 10 have been successfully, proactively prevented, but nobody speaks about them.
President Buhari has again explained that terrorists are using civilians as human shields, which is why he is reluctant to order a frontal strike. He's however assuring Nigerians that the abductors are just pushing their luck, as it is only for a while before they are finally crushed. From State House Abuja, Kehinde Amudu, Trust TV News.
At least 50 passengers were rescued when fire gutted the tires of an aircraft operated by Dhana Airlines Limited in Port Harcourt. The incident occurred on Monday evening. It was also gathered that no life was lost and no passenger was injured as first responders, including operatives of the fire service at the airport, moved in to control the situation. In a statement on Tuesday morning, Dhana Air spokesman Kingsley Ezenwa said the aircraft had been grounded pending the conclusion of investigations. The statement apologized to the passengers on the flight for the inconveniences caused due to the eventual cancellation of the flight. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya has assured that the military will not be involved in the politics leading to the 2023 general elections. He said the army will instead remain loyal to its constitutional role of securing the country against external aggression. Yahaya disclosed this at the Combined Army Air Force Salah luncheon in Maiduguri. The report.
The first combined Salah luncheon of the Nigerian Army and Air Force had in attendance the two service chiefs and officers' families as well as recuperating troops of Operation Haɗin Kai. It was a festive moment as guests were thrilled with entertainment from cultural troops, stand-up comedy and more.
I said, nothing, sir. He said, what did they pursue you? I said, I just want right from my heart. He said, young man, you're under arrest. I said,
special delicacies were also served to honor wounded troops of Operation Haɗin Kai and fallen heroes who paid the supreme price. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, said the military will not engage in politics, saying it will only discharge its constitutional duty in defending the country. He ordered frontline troops to be ruthless in eliminating terrorists, bandits, and violent criminals, adding that more logistics and artilleries will be provided to accomplish the fight.
We should all be ruthless with the terrorists. We should be ruthless with the bandits, ruthless with kidnappers, ruthless with all violent criminals. The Salah gift I expect from our gallant troops is the neutralization of these enemies of the state and capture and retrieval of their weapons in order to make our dear country safer. And as we approach the season of heightened political activities and build up to the general elections in 2023, we will remain apolitical, we will remain professional and committed only in the conduct of our constitutional duties.
Hopefully, sanity will soon be restored in Sambisa, Madara Mountains and the Timbuktu Triangles and Lake Chad region. Also, more helicopters such as the Agusta 109 Trekker and A129 Mongusta are also being expected. This platform will enable us sustain the sanity achieved so far.
And we have seen a lot of progress, especially here in the northeast and Borno State as the epicenter of the insurgency. We want to thank all those gallant officers.
The motive behind the combined Salah luncheon of the Nigerian Army and Air Force is to build partnership and strong synergy among the security agencies in the fight against security threats in the country.
The Emir of Kefi, Shehu Chindo Musa III, has urged residents to be resilient and productive in different aspects of their lives in order to contribute positively to the development of Kefi, Nasarawa State, and the country at large. The royal father made the call in his Salah message to his subjects at the Emir's palace. Mardia Umar reports.
Post-Eid celebration is usually a colorful affair in the ancient city of Kefi. This celebration, a show of culture and wealth, takes place after the Eid prayer. The Emir is accompanied from the prayer ground by his chiefs as he makes his way to the palace to deliver his Salah message to his subjects.
I want to use this opportunity to call on farmers to take advantage of the rain. This year's rainy season is not going to be long, as explained, so we need to take advantage of it. I also want to call on the youth to be serious with their education because it is very important. Our traditional business is what we can also tap into to make a living.
Declaration of Salah opened by the Emir, a lot of activities are going on. This is a display of culture. This is a display of wealth, because some of the horses that we've seen today have been adorned by a lot of expensive ornaments, and everybody has started the celebration after the Emir has declared the Salah celebration open. So this is what is happening in the ancient city of Kefi. Activities for Salah celebration after the Eid have kick-started, and everybody is in that celebration mood.
The residents are not left out in the celebration as they gather in front of the palace, waiting for the message from the Emir before all the celebrations starts. They express happiness that this year's Eid is celebrated without COVID-19 restrictions.
This time around is going to be the best because everybody is prepared. Both the horses, the people, everybody is happy and they are ready for it.
During the COVID-19 problem, more especially Kefi, we faces a lot of problem because even this Salah Eid, that we did not get time to go even for the congregation prayer that we normally used to go. We observe the Eid prayer in the central Jumu'ah mosque in Kefi here. But now, as the COVID-19 is over, so now we are free.
The activity where you can come in tomorrow or next tomorrow, you can very suitable activities. More than the other last year as per COVID-19 lockdown is there. Now we are free. So by God's grace, the activity for tomorrow or next tomorrow will be suitable activities.
To the people of Kefi, it is a hilarious event because this is the first time they're having a celebration this big after the COVID-19 pandemic. And to them, the celebration has just begun. Mardiya Umar, Trust TV News, Kefi.
Similarly, in Katsina State, Muslim faithfuls thronged Eid grounds as early as 7:30 a.m. to pray the usual 2 rakat Eid prayers. The Emir of Katsina, Abdul Mumini Kabir Usman, performed the prayer at Kofar Guga Eid ground. Shortly after the prayers, the Emir, his councillors, district heads and other traditional title holders marched to Kangiwa Square, the venue of the annual festivities. Abdullahi Ahmadi takes a look at some side attractions of the annual Salah celebrations.
As the procession of the Emir and district heads inches towards the Kangiwa Square, there are some unique traditions and entertaining displays that make the event colorful. The popular Endo Kinkara, for instance, caught the attention of spectators. Then there are these traditional drummers and singers on the entourage of traditional title holders. This array of singers whose talents preserve culture and entertain to the admiration of the people. The entirety Warriors and hunters also formed part of the annual Salah festivities in the ancient city of Katsina. On the other side, the swingers are making a brisk business here. Amid the festivities, the Emir of Kano has some assurances for the people on the state of insecurity, agriculture and education. I urge you to help one another because we have a series of challenges bedeviling us on the roads, at the airports, and even in our various homes. Our only option is prayers. I believe that if we pray, we will surmount our problems. The Emir charged people to be upright and proactive in dealing with issues and called for more prayers to overcome all challenges bedeviling Katsina State. Abdullahi Ismail, Trust Television News, Katsina.
The Emir of Zazzau, Ahmed Nuhu Bamali, has suspended 4 district heads shortly after the traditional Eid al-Fitr Salah celebration. A statement issued by the Media and Publicity Officer of the Emirate, Abdullahi Aliyu Kwarbai, said the suspension was with immediate effect. According to the statement, those suspended include Ubangarin Zazzau and District Head of Zoba Al-Haji Bashir Shehu Idris, Sarkin Dajin Zazzau and District Head of Kubau Al-Haji Shehu Umar Aliyu. Others include Wakilin Birnin Zazzau and Member Kaduna State House of Assembly representing Zaria constituency Al-Haji Suleiman Ibrahim Dabo and Garkuwan Kudan Zazzau and Bossa FCE Zaria Al-Haji Muhammad Sani Uwais. The statement said the suspended district heads violated Article 3 of the Emirate Rules and Regulations governing Doba horse riding. At least 10 persons have died after a building collapsed in the Ebute-Metta area of Lagos on Sunday evening, according to a statement signed by Director of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Adesheye Margaret, on Monday. 24 persons have also been rescued alive with varying degrees of injuries. Out of the 10 deaths reported, 6 are males and 4 females. The 3-story building located at number 32 Ibadan Street, Ebute-Metta, reportedly collapsed on Sunday evening with rescue operations quickly set in motion. You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. Kefi roadside traders anticipate massive sales. Do stay with us.
As the 2023 elections draw near, remember, evil prospers when good men and women only wish for peace, but never take a step to make peaceful elections happen. Are you a father? Are you a mother? What are you saying to your children as elections approach? Have you warned them not to let themselves be used to cause violence? Have you explained to them what the consequences of electoral violence might be? Do your part to make peaceful elections happen. Talk to your children. Protect them from unscrupulous politicians who want to put them in harm's way, while their own children are comfortable at home, within and outside the country. Let's join hands to make 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. We told you that UN calls for protection of journalists and media workers across the country. We also told you that President promises safe return of kidnapped Kaduna train attack victims. Moving on to more news, the People's Democratic Party has rescheduled the screening of aspirants contesting the 2023 elections. The party has also shifted its National Executive Committee meeting, earlier scheduled for May 5 to Tuesday, May 10. The party disclosed this in a statement issued by its National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu. He said that the earlier dates clashed with the local government delegates' elections involving all party members, adding that all inconveniences were regretted. Anyanwu said the meeting was scheduled to hold at the National Secretariat, Wadata Plaza, Abuja. Similarly, the PDP Working Committee also rescheduled the screening appeal for all aspirants for governorship and president from Tuesday, May 3rd to Wednesday, May 4th. The party, in a separate statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olugunagba, in Abuja on Monday, said that the adjustment in date was occasioned by the Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Anticipated traders along Kefi Road have doubled their products in anticipation of more customers as Muslim faithful celebrate Salah. Despite the harsh economic reality in the country, the traders said they have made adequate preparations for their customers who are predominantly Muslims shopping for the Salah celebrations. Gaza Yakubu tells us more.
Under smoke and fire, Comfort Ishaku has turned up to catch up with the festivity. This market is along Kefi Road where many travelers stop by to cool off. With the Salah celebration, the quantity of fish offered for sale has increased.
If you can see the area we are preparing how we will dance after, and the market will move. People will enter. We have never started now. What gives me confidence is that today is Salah. Is that not so? Today is Salah, that is why we are happy and we are going to sell because of the Salah celebration. Yeah.
The market does not just sell fish, but it is the attraction for many customers. The number of fish usually prepared by this woman is 25, but she has doubled up to 50 to meet up the demand for our customers this Salah.
We started this market we started in the morning, but people usually enter around 2 o'clock, around 3 o'clock, around 4 o'clock till evening time. We used to sell here till 11 o'clock in the night. This time, this one we are holding is just by 2,500, 2,000, depending on the market. See them, it's 2,500, 2,000. See this size. That is the size we used to sell 1,500 naira. See them here. 1,500 naira. That is the size.
The preparation will continue to the evening hours when they will start attending to their customers. But until then, they will have to continue roasting fish to meet up their target number. Gaza Yakubu, Trust TV News, Nasarawa.
The Nigerian Communications Commission is finalizing plans to disconnect fake and counterfeit phones from all networks in the country. This will be implemented through the deployment of the device management systems, a technology solution that will also allow the telecoms regulator to disconnect any phone flagged as stolen. According to a report by Nairametrics, the regulator will be leveraging the International Mobile Equipment Identifier, which is the unique number for each device which is registered the moment a phone is connected. To this effect, the DMS solution will enable the NCC to monitor, manage and secure the telecommunications sector in the country. It will also provide a single control point for comprehensive device management for mobile and network devices. While the process has commenced, the NCC notes that the final implementation of the project must be approved by the Federal Executive Council. And finally, on the foreign scene, Mali's ruling military has announced it is breaking its defense accords with former colonial ruler France, condemning flagrant violations of its national sovereignty by the French troops stationed there. The announcement was the latest sign of deteriorating relations between Mali and France. Authorities in Bamako said they had informed Paris of the decision on Monday afternoon. France so far has not issued an official reaction to the announcement. Colonel Abdoulaye Maiga, Mali's spokesman, said for some time now, the government of the Republic of Mali notes with regret a profound deterioration in military cooperation with France. Maiga cited multiple instances of French forces having violated the country's airspace. With this, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Darshan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.